Hello. I'm Simon Pegg.
I'm Edgar Wright.
I'm Nick Frost.
And welcome to the first in 4 new podcasts, or as we're going to call them, Fuzzcasts. One in your iTunes for you, and don't forget to go to hotfuzz.com and you can watch them again along with the other 14 that we've done. We're going to be talking about a few cogent things to do with Hot Fuzz, and come along and watch us do it, because it's going to be great.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Brilliant.
Okay, well, Hot Fuzz, which is released in the UK on February the 16th, is all about a hotshot city cop who gets relocated to the sleepy countryside village of Sanford. And in order to write the film, myself and Edgar watched a hell of a lot of cop films in order to get the inspiration that we needed to come up with this mega epic. Some of those films are classics and some of them aren't. Cop films, Edgar, you're a bit of an aficionado, aren't you?
Yes.
There you go. Join us next week. What's your favourite cop film ever? You're like a professor of copology, aren't you?
A copoligist. I love a bit of cop. And my top cop would be Inspector Harry Callahan, Clint Eastwood. Dirty Harry would be my favourite, probably my favourite cop film of all time. And I have something of what doctors call a man crush on Clint Eastwood. And I think he's never looked cooler than he did in his brown suit, red cardi, brown tie, walking down the middle of a street, foiling a bank robbery with a hot dog in his hand.
It doesn't get cooler than that.
It doesn't get much cooler than that, guys.
I'd agree. I've got to say that Clint Eastwood plays. I mean, he was a great inspiration for me playing Nicholas Angel, even though he's a little bit more of a loose cannon than Nicholas Angel. But he's got an amazing face, Clint Eastwood. It's a craggy masterpiece, but from God. Nate, what's your favourite cop film?
You know, I love Bad Boys 2. It didn't really go, but you know,
What was it particularly about Bad Boys 2
just the connection between
affected you and touched you?
It touched me so much. There's so much of that film. Just when you think it's over, it begins again with the famous line, "This shit just got real,"
and it does.
The shit does get real.
And not only have you got some really high octane action,
Yeah.
man lying on a mine, that was
my
great.
God.
But you got Martin Lawrence's pool breaking every 5 minutes for a bit of comedy.
That pool is busting every which way but loose,
isn't it?
But he's afraid of everything. I don't like rats. I don't like pools.
I don't like
driving fast.
It doesn't like driving.
Doesn't like
fast.
guns.
There's a very funny bit when he gets on one, doesn't he?
Don't like voodoo. He's shooting up those voodoo guys. He was saying, "What are you doing? Don't mess with the voodoo." You know.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot going on in that film. There's a lot of set pieces.
Yeah, there's so much. There's bullet time. There's bogies coming off a truck.
There's throwing.
Bogies, Edgar, is a technical term for train wheels. So don't.
No, that's
in the island.
In the island.
But an easy mistake to make. The island has bogies.
Michael Bay is the best director when it comes to throwing things off the back of other things, right?
Onto something else.
Onto something else.
Let's go back. Let's recap.
Let's list it.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys.
Throwing cans of oil off the back of a truck onto another car. Bad Boys 2. Throwing cars off the back of a car onto another car. And later throwing corpses off the back of a car onto another car. Cut to the island. Throwing bogies off the back of a car onto another car. Cut to Transformers.
Yeah,
throwing like Zoids and GoBots off the back of a car.
Other 80s toy franchises. Throwing Care Bears at
and
robots.
Cabbage Patch Dolls.
Well, I mean, there you go.
Thanks, fellas, and I hope you enjoyed another Fuzzcast. I certainly had an absolute ball. Simon?
I feel brimming with fuzz.
Nick?
I'm a bit afraid.
Good. Join us again on hotfuzz.com or iTunes. We will see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, anyway. Hello, welcome back to our second Fuzzcast, which you're finding on fuzz.com. I'm rejoined by my friends here, Mr. Simon Pegg.
Hello.
And Mr. Edgar Wright.
Hello.
Now, last time we spoke about some of our favourite cop films and some of our favourite cop characters, and this time we're going to talk about not only our new film Hot Fuzz, which is out on February the 16th, but also about our previous film, Shaun of the Dead.
He's bloody good, isn't he?
The Belgians. That's number 2 done.
So, okay, well, obviously, this is our second film, Hot Fuzz, released on February the 16th in the UK. The last film we did was called Shaun of the Dead, and it was a romantic comedy with zombies. And it's been quite a step from that one to this one, hasn't it, Edgar? I mean, you felt that more than anybody.
Yes.
As the Helmer.
As the Helmer, yeah. I like to think of myself as the Helmer. Hot Fuzz kind of goes into uncharted territory from Shaun of the Dead. It has a lot of the same sense of humour and some of the same actors. These two idiots.
He's right, we are idiots.
And but I think sort of it has a similar sense of humour to Shaun of the Dead, and I think there are a lot of stylistic things that are similar. I mean, let's just go through a list of what things are in Shaun of the Dead that are also in Hot Fuzz. Go.
Blood, action,
Swearing.
laughs, swearing, fences,
Love.
a lot of love between people.
Animals? No animals in Shaun.
Pub.
There's a pub. But basically, Hot Fuzz is like it's a sort of step up from Shaun in a way. It's bigger and more ambitious, and there are more characters in it, and it was a much more of a challenge as well, both for all three of us for different reasons. It was a longer shoot, and Edgar was using all sorts of crazy rigs. Why don't you talk about some of the rigs you used on it? I mean, there was a camera on a rickshaw. There was a camera
On a Segway.
on a rope. There was a camera on a Segway.
There was a camera within a camera.
There was hand cranking. There was all sorts of stuff.
What was the camera within a camera doing?
Filming the camera?
It was filming the celluloid running through the original main A-cam.
Oh, okay, right. Yes, I had a lot of toys on this one, and it was a lot of fun. And at some point, we deployed up to 3 cameras.
Yeah, and that's big.
And I
budget.
don't think any film in the history of cinema has ever used more than 3 cameras.
That's right.
Ever.
Well,
Fact.
British film anyway. The jump between Shaun of the Dead, Nick always said it was like going from kindergarten to university, going from television to doing Shaun, and from going Shaun to Hot Fuzz feels like going from university to a full-time job in the
Perhaps in the IT sector
of the Metropolitan Police Service. But it's been a huge leap, but a very, very fun one, and I hope that's reflected in the film that you will hopefully go and see on February the 16th.
What's that date again?
February the 16th.
Brilliant.
What marvellous ramblings they were. Thanks once again to my friend and director Edgar Wright.
Thank you.
And my friend and part-time lover Simon Pegg.
Thank you.
Join us again on Fuzz.com for some more incoherent ramblings.
Hello, ladies. I'm Edgar Wright, and here we are with part 3 of our ongoing Fuzzcasts. Last time we talked about the differences between Fuzz and Dead, that's Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead, and now we're going to be speaking to these two idiots about what they're like on screen and what they're like off screen.
He's had a lot of coffee.
Hi there, I'm here on the sofa now with Simon J. Pegg and Nicholas J. Frost, and I'd just like to ask the two of them, what's it like both having the middle name John?
It's amazing, isn't it? Every day there's a new situation to contend with, but we get through it.
The odds of it happening as well.
A lot of people stare on the bus.
When
and
you
what have
first found that out, what was the reaction?
That we were joined at the Johns.
Yeah.
Well, we
It was in the John
We
when we
lived
found
in a
it.
house where there were 4 middle names, which were John.
That was
Really?
incredible.
And the
The 4
chances
Johns?
of that happening are
100 to 1.
tens to 1. Literally. Tens to 1.
So anyway, we're going
The other two, the two Johns, John Bird and John Fortune.
That's it.
Yes.
So I'm going to talk a little bit now about like what these guys are like on screen and what they're like off screen. In Hot Fuzz, these two guys pull off some performances which I think if BAFTA fail to recognise them next year, then the country has gone to shit. But I think these two really do 2 great, what I call actings in Hot Fuzz. Simon is very affecting as Nicholas Angel, a no-nonsense London policeman who is transposed to the sleepy West Country village of Sanford.
Officer.
Where he meets this guy, Nicholas J. Frost, who plays Danny, a well-meaning but oafish constable, and hilarious results. What's I suppose what's different about your performances in Hot Fuzz compared to Sean is that you're playing somebody very different from yourself. You've never been a police officer.
I've never been a police officer.
And you're playing somebody who's different from yourself. Tell us a bit about that, Simon.
Well, in Hot Fuzz, we play, obviously with Shaun of the Dead, we were playing sort of versions of ourselves in that we had some experience loafing around on the sofa, albeit not fighting zombies. But, playing a policeman and playing Nicholas Ainger, who's a very straight, very good, very effective policeman, that was a real challenge. And I know you felt the same way about playing Danny, who's far from you.
He is far from me.
You've never worn a Bristol Rovers t-shirt,
I've
have you?
never worn a Bristol Rovers t-shirt, and let me just say I had to have a lot of E45 put on my flesh, being a West Ham fan, after peeling that off at the end of an evening.
Old enmities.
I don't mind, I'm good for my team.
But Danny and Angel are basically the children, the sons of many, many cop duos that have graced the silver screen for many years. I'm thinking Tango and Cash.
Ray, Tango and Gabriel Cash.
Ray, Tango, Gabriel, Tash. Tash. Let's not end it there.
Kango and Tash.
Kango and Tash, the Freebie and the Bean. Let's pull them out of the hat. Miggs and Miggs and Rurtar.
Miggs and Rurtar.
Let me say that. Riggs and Murtar. The
Husky and Stutch.
Husky and Stutch. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence and Bad Boys. It's another in a long line of comedy. It's another in a long line of cop partnerships, and hopefully our two exponents will do those our forefathers proud.
And what do you like off screen in 2 words each?
Highly strung.
Massive.
You can bleep that. Can you bleep it? You can bleep it. Bleep it. Bleep it. No, you can't get better than that.
Well, that's it for now. I really enjoyed that. Did you, Edgar?
It was absolutely amazing.
Nick? Swings and roundabouts, isn't it? Tune in for the next one. We'll see you soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hot Fuzz.
Bye.
Hello, computers. I'm Simon Pegg.
I'm Edgar Wright.
And I'm Nick Frost.
And we're here for the 4th and final in our series of Fuzzcasts. As the release of the film approaches, I think it's just 3 days away now. Previews on the 15th, out on the 16th.
See it!
We're going to have another little chat about some of the things that interest us about cop films and the world of fuzz, which, believe me, is a crazy world to live in. Enjoy.
I like to call it 3 sleeps till fuzz now.
It is only 3 sleeps till fuzz. Fuzz Eve is coming up soon, then Fuzz Day, and then after Fuzz Day,
Fuzz off.
Fuzzing day.
Fuzz off. All right, well, as our final Fuzzcast for hotfuzz.com and iTunes, we're going to have a little bit of a quickfire thing, aren't we, Nick?
Yes, we are.
Either or.
Going to ask you a series of hard-hitting questions, and you tell me what you'd rather be.
Okay.
Handcuffs or... What, this is what we do.
Is the camera...
You'd rather be.
Is this on?
Yeah. Would you... It's like the thing, would you rather be handcuffed or helmet?
I prefer handcuffs, Edgar.
Uh-huh.
Would I rather be a handcuff or a helmet?
Yeah.
I suppose I'd rather be on somebody's head than, like, restricting somebody. I feel
Sweaty
like
heads or dirty wrists?
A helmet is protecting somebody. A handcuff is,
Not always.
restraining somebody.
All right, that's nice. Edgar, would you rather be on the beat or in a car?
I think,
Quickly, Edgar. Hundreds of lives are at stake.
Can I do a bit of both? Could I drive a car to a scene, get out, and then run after something?
Awfully non-committal.
Cake and eat it.
Simon, would you rather be Bobby on the beat or man in the car?
Well, I'd quite like to be in the car, actually, because there's nothing more exhilarating than a blue light run. And we know because we drove at 80 miles an hour down a country lane in Wales, didn't we?
Absolutely.
That's lazy. I like that. All right. What would you rather be, Riggs or Murtaugh?
Oh, I don't know if I want the crazy, suicidal, have-a-go-luckiness of Riggs or the more sort of steadied, family-oriented life of Murtaugh. I'd say probably, if I was Murtaugh, then I wouldn't be Mel Gibson.
Right.
Riggs has got a dog. I'll go with Riggs.
And Riggs has got good hair. Put it in your mouth!
And at one point you get to see Patsy Kensett's eggs, which is nice. All right, let's have a look. Would you rather be Where does Bruce Willis? Nakatomi Plaza.
Yeah.
Or
Denver International.
or Denver International.
What is Denver International? What, the airport?
Yeah.
I think that's the
Is
second
that
one.
is that in Die
In
Hard
the second
2?
one, yeah.
Is that where it is? Denver
We took
International?
out and we saw the little outbuilding.
And we saw a bunch of guys with blue tape on their machine
It was
guns.
amazing.
I'd like to be Nakatomi, straight down the line.
Well, you've picked Nakatomi, so I can have that now.
Of course, we can both
I'll
have
have
it.
it as well.
We'll stand more chance if there's two of us.
Yeah.
Lovely. Would you rather arrest a young mum or a yob?
Well, if the young mum had
Bear
committed-
in mind the young mum
has murdered 8 people.
murdered 8 people.
She's not the Devonshire young mum, is she? Well, she's going down, and I'd be happy to take her. And
Who's the Devonshire young mum?
I just made it up.
Oh, okay. Can I arrest them both?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So, the internet. A lot of people are doing it.
Is that thing still around?
What's your favourite police-based site?
Oh, I like
Police what?
the Met.com. .co.uk. It's
Yeah.
got a lot of informative stuff on it about. I've made that up. I don't know if there is a. We did look at a lot of police websites when we were
We did look at
researching.
some weapons websites, didn't we?
Yeah, you can actually find less lethal weaponry on the net, which is interesting.
That's
A
right.
waste of time if you're asking me. it's true.
Well, that's it from us. All that remains to be said is go and see Hot Fuzz. It will change your life. In the meantime, we'll see you at the theatre.
Bye-bye.